The old man was seated in his favorite chair right by the window. His eyes were closed, but not because he was sleeping or resting. He was simply lost in thought, reminiscing about his entire life. When his wife walked in, she asked him what he was thinking about, and the old man said, "I've been thinking about how many hours I have left to live. You know, I worked very hard all my life, but now I can't even count how many days I have left. It makes me sad." She sat next to him and lovingly held his hand and said, "Don't worry. There are still so many beautiful things you can experience. Look out the window. The sun is rising. It's a new day, which means there are at least 24 more new experiences waiting for you. Just be grateful for each and every one of them." He opened his eyes and looked at her, and then back at the window. And this time when he saw the sunrise, it was different. It was more beautiful than any other sunrise he had ever seen before. If you find yourself dwelling on the past or worrying about the future too much, especially during your twilight years, this story may be just for you. So let's begin. I spent my whole life working, but it wasn't until I retired that I truly met myself. I know it sounds strange, but it's the honest truth. When I was younger, I always thought that being successful meant having lots of money and recognition from others. So I worked harder and harder, dreamed bigger and bigger dreams, and eventually I got everything I wanted. I became wealthy, famous, and respected, but something was missing. Deep down inside, I felt empty. It was until I retired and had plenty of time on my hands that I started to explore my inner self. I finally had the freedom to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, without having to worry about making money or pleasing anyone else. I could just be myself. I started taking long walks through the nearby forest every morning while the sky was still dark. A crisp air filled my lungs as I breathed deeply and listened to the birds singing around me. In the distance, I could hear the gentle flowing of a river over smooth stones, its music reaching out to me like an old friend. The tall trees surrounding me stood strong and proud, their branches reaching towards the heavens, symbolizing the strength and resilience that I admired. As the sun began to rise, I would stop and watch in awe as the colors of the sky changed from deep blues to vibrant pinks and oranges. Each sunrise was a masterpiece, reminding me of the beauty that existed in every moment of life. These moments of solitude gave me a chance to reflect on my life and all the experiences that had shaped me into the person I was today. I thought about my childhood and all the lessons my parents had taught me, the friends I had made along the way, and the challenges I had overcome. I realized that each of these experiences had played a part in shaping me, and that I would untrade them for anything. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I need to grab my pipe and tobacco pouch. It's my daily ritual. I usually spend a good hour just enjoying the simple pleasure of smoking my pipe. There is something about the gentle puffing of smoke and the calming taste of tobacco that soothes my mind and relaxes my body. It is a moment of pure bliss where I can just let go of all my worries and focus on the here and now. Then I would head back home, feeling refreshed and ready to start my day. But I was retired, so there was no rush. I took my time to enjoy the little things in life, like sitting on my porch sipping tea and watching the world go by. As the years went by, my body grew weaker and my hair turned whiter, but my mind stayed sharp. I continued to explore the world around me, discovering new hobbies and interests that brought me joy. I learned how to paint and found myself drawn to watercolors. I loved the way they blended together on the canvas, creating soft, dreamy landscapes that reminded me of my morning walks in the forest. I also started writing poetry, expressing my thoughts and feelings in words that flowed like music to my ears. It was amazing to see how my mind worked, weaving tales and images that I had never thought possible. I also loved spending time with my grandchildren. They would come over and sit on my lap while I read them stories about magical lands and mythical creatures. Their laughter filled my heart with joy, reminding me of the innocence and wonder that life had to offer. Watching them grow and learn about the world around them gave me a sense of purpose and fulfillment that I had never felt before. One day, my granddaughter came over with a big smile on her face. She handed me a card that she had made herself, and when I opened it, I saw a beautiful poem written in her tiny hand. It was a poem about love and kindness, and it brought tears to my eyes. In that moment, I realized that the best part of my life was the legacy I was leaving behind. I had worked hard to provide for my family, but now I was also giving them something else, something that mattered even more, my love and wisdom. Another thing I enjoyed doing was writing handwritten letters to my friends and family. There's something special about putting pen to paper and expressing yourself in your own handwriting. It's a tangible way to show someone that you care. Plus, when you take the time to sit down and write a thoughtful message, it shows that you value their friendship enough to invest your time in it. It is a way to create lasting memories and keep in touch with the people who matter most to you. I love reading their replies and reminiscing about all the good times we've shared. It's a great way to stay connected and make new memories. But as I grew older, it became harder and harder to get my thoughts down on paper. My hands trembled and my eyesight wasn't as sharp as it used to be, but I didn't let that stop me. I knew that these letters were important, not just for me, but for the recipients as well. So I kept writing, my hand moving across the page as best it could, my heart filled with love and appreciation for those I cared about. It wasn't always easy, but it was always worth it. And as the years passed, my collection of letters became a treasure trove of memories, each one a reminder of the enduring power of human connection. Now, as I sit here looking out the window at the rising sun, I feel a deep sense of gratitude for my life. I've experienced both great joy and immense sorrow, but it's all been part of the journey. I've learned that life is unpredictable and precious, and I've tried my best to make the most of every opportunity that has come my way. I remember a time when I was faced with a difficult decision that would change the course of my life. I was torn between two paths, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. I prayed for guidance, knowing that the choice I made would have a profound impact on my future. In the quiet of my meditation, I heard a voice that seemed to come from within. It told me to follow my heart and trust in the journey. And so I did. At first, it was scary. I felt like I was stepping into the unknown without a map or a compass. But as I took the first step onto the path that my intuition had shown me, I felt a sense of peace and confidence that I had never experienced before. Looking back, I can see that the challenges I faced along the way were not meant to hold me back, but rather to help me grow and become stronger. The rewards I've reaped have been immeasurable, and I know that I wouldn't trade my journey for anything. Today, as I look out at the world, I see nothing but beauty. I see the flowers blooming in all their glory, the birds flying freely through the sky, and the people going about their lives, each with their own stories to tell. I am filled with a deep sense of wonder and appreciation for the gift of life. Life is full of ups and downs, but that's what makes it so beautiful. It's in the valleys that we learn the true meaning of strength and resilience. It's in the darkness that we discover the stars within ourselves. And it's in the quiet moments of solitude that we find our true purpose. So, fellow warriors, as we journey through life together, let us embrace every moment with open arms. Let us find joy in the little things, and never lose sight of our inner light. Remember to live slow, love deep, and wake up for the sunrise. For every moment is a gift, especially now.